am. I don't know why she did that. I'm gonna. Is that what it does? I think it looks like a big old cow licked me on the back side of the head when I was sleeping in there.
You got a cow in the house?
There we go. Oh, look at that. What are you gonna do? This is why I just accept things sometimes. I don't like go out and change it because I feel like there's a lesson in there, you know? It's like I care too much. If I care too much, I need to freaking deal with it or live in the uncomfortability of it until I don't care anymore. Till it loses the power. See, vanity is a terrible thing, man. People succumb the things that people do. I got braces because everybody always said, you know, all the pretty girls used to say, oh, people are more attractive when their teeth are straight. And I was like, all right, well, you want to be more attractive to people, right? But I don't want to be attracted to those kind of people. They're kind of shallow and superficial and stuff. Took me years to figure that out, Marge. You're fucking wrong kind of attraction, Marge. You don't want those kind of folks. Oh well. Listen, we're just supposed to be learning lessons in this life. What are you gonna do? My name's Marge. Welcome to my tube. I'm a Hale empath. I just like have these little talks on the way I feel about things. I had some asshat come in my channel yesterday. I love it, Ma. Sometimes I don't have like trolls because my tube is tiny. People don't want people don't like get a notification. Marge is on. Drop everything. Gotta tune in to Marge. See how she's feeling about things today. So anyway, I don't even know where I was going with that. Oh my gosh. Oh. Anyway, yeah, so I don't have a lot of like contention. There's usually people that are just like, what a freaking nut. They just check out and never come back because they see the lights or, you know, whatever. They don't hang out to see what I'm about. Right? So anyway, so it popped in yesterday and it was like I was talking, it was funny too. I love when people like that verify with what I'm talking about. And I was talking about how like people see in me things that they don't like about themselves. Right? And then this person comes in and they're all, I can't remember what the first part of what they said about how everyone else is the problem, something, and then blah 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 is all that they heard me say. Right? Which is a pretty stereotypical insult / dig, blah blah blah. You're not saying any, you know, like that. But when people say stuff like that, and then you go to their channel and they got nothing.
Oh, they have nothing.
They don't got no content.
And they're being
but they're coming in my house and shitting on my floor with the blah blah blah, right? Saying that you know, but they had nothing to say. And then it's like, okay, the name of that they gave themselves, okay? So I look up the name of it, right? Because I was talking shit about how lazy people are in New Mexico. How everybody cares more about fucking chili color than fucking freedoms, and how they traded their freedoms for casinos and shit. And how, you know, they're wide open for Epstein, and they got, you know, well, they're fucking 50th in the state for like education, you know, like 50th in the state for like how the governor handled all of it, you know. But don't worry, because they're gonna start making people wear masks again. It's already started. the cold season hasn't even kicked in, and I just saw that they're gonna implement it in the fucking shithole fucking Philadelphia. It's fucking shithole, man. Place is a fucking toilet. Fucking put my ass on that fucking Liberty Bell, man. You can suck it. The headquarters of the bro club, man. That's where all the bro clubs started, man. They could fucking suck it. Bobby Coyle from fucking Philadelphia. Gunner for years and years, man. I was just sick of all these bro clubs, and it's all coming out, man. It's all these little secret societies. But that's the thing, you can't have secret societies when you have all these guys fucking going around bragging to everybody that they fucking lay about all the nasty shit that they do. Because they think it's really cool. While all these other people are like, what? What? You do what? You do what? That's really weird. You know, when I used to go to AA, that scumbag Bobby I was just talking about from Philadelphia, I wonder how many women he molested by showing his penis. You know, he was a circuit speaker. People in AA, they invite him all over the country to talk about, you know, experience strength of hope while he's picking out his prey. He's deciding what girl he wants to show his wiener to that night, dude. There's like freaking a bunch of women in Omaha. One of them ended up marrying him, so thank goodness, you know. Maybe that stopped that predatory behavior, you know. You know. Oh man, the things that people like idolize. I mean, they just think this guy is like a really, really great guy, you know? And I'm like, dude, he's another pervert. He's just another freaking pervert in a really expensive suit. And he's done what all these other scumbag perverts have all done. They've all done the same thing. They do like a 2-year stint in the freaking military, you know? And then they go back and work in their local cop shop, fucking, you know, be a dick, bully people, do whatever for fucking 20, 25 years. And then you can go freaking still protect the assholes in your bros by going and working in the unions and stuff like that, by keeping these, it's just, you know, and they're all high school freaking education. Just, that's it. And then they're giving freaking SUVs now, man. They got, who cares about freaking talking about on your cell phone? These guys got fucking laptops in their fucking SUVs, man. You know? And don't worry, they don't chase you no more because they're all so fucking fat and fucking lazy. Most of them. No, there might be 10%. You know, when I was growing up, cops were scary because they were so egomaniacal and shooting themselves up for freaking steroids and stuff like that because they wanted to look good and dominate and that they were freaking big and scary. Now they freaking, they're not. They're big. Oh, fuck yeah, big, man. Everywhere, all over the media, every picture of freaking cops, man, their uniforms, they're a freaking disgrace. To themselves, to the uniform, to the badge, to the job, you know. But don't worry, they don't even put serve and protect on their vehicles anymore because they know that's a freaking lie. They don't exist to do that, man. No, that's not something that they do unless you know one or something. But it's like anything else. So what was I talking about? Spare parts. Oh, the person that came into my chat with the frickin' blah, blah, blah. I'm like, there's a show I like to watch called Letterkenny. And, Letterkenny. And it's funny because I've always, ever since I was young, I like to put things together. Take them apart, put them together. I've always been into engineering, stuff like that. You just see how things work. Very inquisitive, very curious. And, every now and again, you put stuff together. Sometimes you have some spare parts, some leftover parts. You hope they're never nothing too very important, you know. But it happens from time to time. Well, I look at some people on this planet, as those spare parts. And Letterkenny, actually, hilarious because I've looked at people like that as like the leftover parts when you put something back, like an engine back together, and you got some washers and bolts and just, like broken zip ties and stuff. You just have this pile of spare parts, and I go through the world and I just see people that are just piles of spare parts. They just exist to like freaking like perpetuate this machine of bullshit that supposedly is evolving and changing as we transition and get less of the Piscean energy and more of the Aquarian energy. But we'll see, because people always have free will, and what the hell they've chosen to use their free will up until this point. But it cracks me up. I see these stories where these freaking dipshits, man, they're spending like $500,000 on these cars, these expensive cars, right? People don't practice on how to drive, let alone how to wreck proper, right? So these people are pretty much driving their cars off the freaking lot and like crashing these freaking rigs because they don't know how to fucking drive them. They don't know what they're doing. But because everybody can just do what they want. So a lot of people are learning some very valuable life lessons right now. They really are, as far as ego goes and see, because people aren't yielding right now. They're just not. There's a lot of gusto energy, and we see it every day. I hear Mom all the time. I open the curtain during the day so she can watch and out the window and stuff, and she's just always, man, these people drive so fast. I'm like, because they don't give a shit about life. They don't care about life. They don't care about the critters out there. Just they got, it's that testosterone or that freaking ego, and the women do it too. They just got it. It's like, dude, if that thing broke down in the middle of the nowhere, could you fix it? No, you'd be fucked. So it just cracks me up, man. People just make me laugh every day, and that's what I'm trying to do, is stay more in the freaking humorous side of it. Otherwise, I can get mad. Why are they so stupid? Why are people so dumb? I don't know. Well, I just lack of common sense, man. Lack of common sense. But how do you get common sense? You got to make mistakes, right?
That's a good point.
And that's how I've learned so much in life, is because I was willing and never afraid to make a mistake. Because I don't look at it as making a mistake. I just look at them as learning life lessons. And people just are so willing to, they just think that there's like a permanent record that travels around with them, that it matters if you make mistakes or not. And it's the people that don't make mistakes, they're the ones that I don't have any faith in. They're the ones in charge. Because they just self-will one Wyatt. They don't got no discipline. They don't got nothing to tell them to yield. Don't do that. Don't spin that. I got all kinds of ideas that people could be doing here in the local community to make it better. I could put a whole talk together on just the freaking several ideas that I have. And I've thought about them all the way through, from the tech side to implementing all the way through. I'm just not a programmer. So that's somebody else's to do, but it's real easy, we can get things cleaned up real quick and get on with things, but I don't know, there's a lot of people that like to they sure like their business cards, and they sure like their titles, and they sure like their county, city, federal cars that they drive away, and they sure like their expense accounts, but they sure don't like doing the job that goes with all that stuff. Yeah, because the whole world is like kind of crumbling, right? I mean, everywhere. It's like all these people have just continued to pay themselves, and they're just going, oh, we're doing this. And they just write, all they do is they write something down, and they put it on the table, and they push it across the table. And then the a-hole on the other side of the table picks it up, writes it down, scratches it out, puts that. And that's all that the freaking government has ever done. That's all it's ever done is just push a piece of paper back and forth, say, no, we don't want it like this. You know, but that's the thing is they're created to not ever accomplish anything. It's designed to suck everything in and to get the masses of asses to believe that what they are doing is for everybody's best interest when it's just this group of club and they're just sitting around freaking playing, you know, they're all drunks and freaking cokeheads and stuff like that, you know. They're all just buddies on the weekend, you know, and then they're just like laughing at everybody else, like look at these dumb shits, you know. look, we're robbing them blind every day. We're just like cutting off more of the crust, taking off more of the sandwich, and telling them, hey, you're gonna be full, don't worry. Hook, line, and sinker, man. And see, that's the thing. It took me a long time to listen to myself and believe in my own knowing of the energy that was being presented to me in people over than the words that they were saying.
Trust yourself.
Yeah. That took a while. That took a long time. But I see people that they don't got no faith in themselves. Yeah, you can freaking get mad. People get mad at the crap that I say because I talk shit. That's because I know so much. Because I didn't freaking play a lot. And there were years that I spent freaking educating myself in ways that were fucking very uninteresting to the rest of the world. Right? And now the stuff that I educated myself in and that were interesting and fun for me, now everybody else is waking up to the ideologies. Except, Mom, you got the group of loving lighters, man. I can't fucking stand those people. They're just nothing's bad. There's no shadow in the world. Just everything's love and light and everything's great. There's no bad people and blah, blah, blah. Right? And people like me, man, and people I know, we've been touched, like actually not just seeing things, but like touched by a lot of freaking evil people in this world. So we know what evil feels like. And so we come across this in the world. If you pay attention and learn to trust and believe in yourself, it's like we're given freaking like little incentives in life because things were so shitty for a while, you know, that we had to put up. So we get little things like how to read people's energy. And most people, their energy, frankly, it's just like monotone, like spare parts, you know, leftover parts. But sometimes you come across somebody and they got a good vibe, you know, and they just stand out, you know. They're just like, there's something about them, you know.
They're present.
Yeah, and those are the people that I like. All the rest of the other people, they're all just space filler. They're just all white noise. They're just all stuff in the way of getting shit that I want. I'm just kidding. They're all taking up parking places and stuff like that, huh, Tuck? I hope Tucker gets a clean bill of health on for. I'm nervous, man. I just want him to get. I just until I get the yay. You know, there's always the open realm of possibilities. So I've been trying to stay in the present moment. You know, and not. But God, I've been getting up at freaking 4:00 in the morning, and not going back to sleep and stuff. That's why I was late doing this talk. I was in there. I was like, okay, I'm gonna set up the talk. Put it out an hour and a half. I'm going to go just like meditate, just like kind of, you know, clear my space a little bit and freaking about fell asleep. So got it because I'm not sleeping at night, but
You're not sleeping at
no, I like to go to sleep like when the sun goes down.
all at the same time.
Like 7, 8 o'clock, 8:30, I'm ready to go to sleep. You know, it's just, but the energy's changing so much. It's basically, if I can get some rest anytime, I'm going to be glad to get that rest, right? Because it's just one of those times, right? So, what else? But there's plenty of good things happening in the world. I was really happy to listen to a couple different talks today talking about how the energies are supposedly gonna, shit. But that's the thing is, like, I'm always skeptical because I've heard this stuff for years in astrology. It's like, okay, it's like, these windows of opportunity, and then they fall flat. So it's like, maybe it'll happen. Maybe now's the time. We'll see. So I take everything with a grain of salt. Take the good, leave the rest. And but people are supposed to be, opening their hearts more. And hey, if anybody needs any ideas on how, I was listening to Barack, that chick. She's in Greece. Dude, I know that chick freaking loses her temper, man. I know she's a fucking hothead. She's just all love and light on her videos, right? But I wonder how many people, if they saw her in her true element, would be like, and then unsubscribe. She's got like 411,000 subscribers or stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
Right? See, keep it real, and people are like, but I could be just as fake. I could be just as fake here. Anyway, she was talking about, come here, Tuck. Come here, baby. You want over here? She was talking about how people being generous, and I'm like, dude, I'm looking at a chat of probably 800 people that they're thinking their collective idea of generosity is like paying for the person buying them their coffee. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like monotone. It's like, oh, be good to somebody. But, it's like, no. It's that mentality that has gotten the world to where it is. It's just that, right? You want to help people, like, during the winter months. Here's a good one. This is one I've done myself. The manager wasn't there this year when I went, and I never went back. But go to a parts store and buy batteries, because batteries are freaking obnoxiously priced now. They're like $160, $180 now for a car battery. Yeah, so like for single women, these poor freaking veterans, people on fixed incomes, winters are battery killers, so go in, buy a battery, you got all this extra freaking abundance from freaking sitting on your ass and doing nothing. All these people make all this money, ain't never freaking had a callus on their hand, never worked a hard honest day's freaking work in their life, but they just sit back on, oh, Ma, it's gross what the world's turned into, Ma. Their parents didn't teach them that you're supposed to share your toys and stuff. They didn't get that lesson. So
They don't take it serious.
no, so there's gonna be a big old wave of karma coming back around here pretty quick here. I better careful how I talk and behave, because that wave could Godsmack me too. Come on. I used to say things growing up, and Mom would be like, I don't want to stand next to you when the lightning strike comes. Lord knows I've been electrocuted plenty of times. On tango. Anyway.
Is he asleep?
No, he's over here. He's getting all fist fidgety. It's really windy out. It's been windy all day. It's supposed to snow tonight here. They've been spraying that crap in the day. And it's for the skiers. In Taos Valley, Ski Valley, you gotta keep snow on the mountain for the skiers. So you have people that fly in for all over and they have nothing better to do but fucking stand on some fucking sticks and go down a mountain over and over and over again. I think that would be fun for like one time, Yeah. And then, but no, people gotta do that thing. Now they got to do it over here in Colorado. Oh, no. Now we got to do it over here in Switzerland. Got to go to Prague. Do it in Prague. You got to go to where all the important people go to do that. Go downhill on some sticks. There's people all over the place. All they did were just born, but they freaking the circumstances in which they were born in. A lot of people don't have food. Basic utilities, and I just see these people going down a mountain on some sticks all over the world. freaking sucking up resources to do that. It's just, it cracks me up, man. It cracks me up. Yep. So we're stepping in. It was funny. I got an email today about being the fool.
Being the what?
The fool. The fool. Where does it say? It says, okay, it says your recent birthday has given you a gift of a fresh start. Yeah, they always do. And whether you relish this time of year or would rather ignore it altogether, I'm really starting to lean towards the latter as I get older. A new chapter of your life has definitely begun. The fool encourages you to leave behind the pain of the past and embrace what lies ahead with an open heart and mind. What have you been putting off? What secret desire would you love to fulfill? This next year of your life is going to be like any other Margie. And then I stop reading because it wants you to click here and I don't want to.
And you don't want to.
So I'm not gonna.
So you don't have to.
My mom said I don't have to. I'm 48. Anyway, it's good to laugh, huh, Ma?
It is. It really is.
Sometimes I probably shouldn't make fun of people. But I did learn that lesson one time. I'm not going to talk about it now, though. I'm going to go back to bed is what I'm going to do. I'm tired. Huh?
Is your back hurting?
I'm actually pretty okay.
Well, I mean, now.
As far as stiffness and stuff like that, I'm pretty okay. Oh, it was, I think it was, who was it? Somebody, Ma? I've talked about this in talks before. Is that I was like, I wonder what the planetary alignment for like hernia operations are, because you and Jerry both had a hernia procedure done within like 11-day period. It was like less than 2 weeks. Like you had yours and then like 10 days later he had his or something. It's really weird. And then today or yesterday I was listening to astrology talk. I can't remember who it was, but they were talking about this placement could indicate hernias, stomach trouble. It's basically when your intestines, there's like a sac, a sleeve that holds them in place. This is my interpretation of it. And then like the sleeve tears, something happens, and then the intestines poke through and you can see it. And I actually noticed yours, Mom, because you had a lump like I've seen in dogs. I know, but that's how I knew that you needed to go to the doctor. Is because I'd seen them on dogs. That dogs get this little, Benny has it. And then I was like, oh God, it's a hernia. So that's how I knew that you needed to go to the doctor. Yeah. Now we were in Omaha. That was like 2014.
That's a long time ago, huh?
Yeah, and you would not wake up from the anesthesia. I was just like, wake up enough so we can go home and you can go back to sleep. And you would not wake up.
That's really.
It was like you just were groggy and stuff. And that's why I don't like anesthesia. I understand the importance of, but I've lost a lot of faith in the medical field, which another indicator of what's coming up next is a lot of people healing. And I can help with healing. That's the thing, and disagree with the things I say, my smart alecky attitude, whatever. That's neither here nor there. I can do a lot of things to make people feel better about stuff.
Do you do it?
It depends on the person. I can't see. That's the thing. It's like you got all these healers, practitioners. It's like they have one discipline. They do the one thing, and they do the same thing on everybody, right? But it's everybody's different. I'm like the healer. The guy. It's so funny how frequencies line up. Like we watch Mom Likes Longmire, and we watch Northern Exposure, and there's an actor in both of those shows that are in the same. It's the same actor in both shows.
Oh.
He plays Leonard the healer, and then he plays the bad guy Malachi in Longmire. Is the bad guy in Longmire. It's the same actor.
Oh, the same actor.
Yeah, different shows, 30 years apart.
Oh, wow. 30 years.
Yeah,
Wow.
he's been acting.
He's been around a while.
I can't remember why I was thinking about. Why did I bring up that? But but when he plays the healer, he sits with people and he talks with people. And he has conversations, and he gets sometimes he'll spend 2 days, 3 days with people to get, because people don't exactly want to tell you all their bad habits, all the crap that they do to themselves to put themselves in an unhealthy way. They don't want to, be accountable about that. And that's how I'm like, we'll see how this next chapter goes, because it could go so many ways, because people got to step into a vibrational frequency of accountability, where they got to be accountable for themselves and their own behavior, and take stock in the things that they've done. Come clean with that. And to a lot of things people have done, that includes jail time. So are they going to freaking be willing to step up to that? Maybe. I don't know, because people, in order for freaking this planet to ascend in the way that people keep talking like it's gonna, the planet's gonna ascend, it just might be real uncomfortable for human beings on the planet for a while. But it don't matter, because whatever, freaking, it could be very uncomfortable for us people on this planet. She'll be all right. She's always gonna be fine. She's fluxed and ebb and flowed and freaking seen civilization freaking build and fall, and basically they've all fallen for the same reason. And they've never been, this planet's never, ever. That's the thing, is like, in any history book that's ever been written, there's never been a point in time in history where there's ever been just like peace on earth and contentment.
Oh,
Ever. They're just always, they've been kicking the Earth's ass for freaking years. No wonder she pulls the Etch-a-Sketch and freaking resets. Because people aren't getting it, It's like all you gotta do is clean up after yourself, make a place for yourself, keep things clean, keep things tidy, travel around, venture out, try this, try that, but just clean up after. And human beings haven't done that ever, And they just keep freaking blowing her up with all their tests and their bombs, and she just like, every time, it's just like, I picture her just taking a blow, just because fucking dudes get their rocks off by fucking blowing shit up. That's why there's militaries, because dudes get their rocks off by fucking killing people. That's why they do it. If they didn't do it, it wouldn't be. It's the fucking sickness and the fucking dudes that get their rocks off by fucking killing people. It's a gross world we live in. That's why I'm like, all these love and lighters, tell that to the dudes that don't want to be freaking, never mind. I'm not got my mom's over there. I'm not gonna say that. I look over, I see her little brown eyes. I'm like, don't talk about it. Okay. What? See, I can yield. But one day, Mom, I will have open conversations, have talks like I remember going to see that Sedaris guy, Richard Sedaris, Dave Sedaris, whatever his name is. He's an author, and hell, I was in AA. I used to talk about. I got my talk on CD and DVD, or cassette tape and DVD. Yeah, so I'm on. My voice is on 2 formats with just sharing my talk. So I've been a motivational speaker since 2000. It's like, I just think about things I've done in my life, and then other people promote themselves as like these Like, I mean, I'll talk about things I've done, and then they're just like, take that and then just like give themselves like 4 titles and label themselves. And I'm just like, fucking what? Can you change a tire? No. Have you ever changed oil? No. Have you ever been in a really, bad situation that you had to get out of? No. Okay.